Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to TLR. We have a special guest today, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the leader of the bloodline. Throw those ones up. You can't see my finger for some reason. Green screen effect. Roman's in the house.
He's making my oh. Hi, Joey. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I see Samantha already in the chat. Happy belated.
I
Thank
sang
you
you
very
happy
much.
birthday on my stream last night. Did you enjoy my beautiful singing?
I did. And in Spanish.
In Spanish, that's right.
I love it. Yes. And thank you yesterday. You were very generous to me yesterday, and I appreciate you.
No,
and
it
your
was
friends.
nothing. I just I know you love coffee, and it's like I wish we were closer and we'll do something together. We're gonna go to Applebee's together and fight over who pays the birthday check. But but it's the best that I could do from long distance.
Honestly, so I was walking outside. I was walking like on the street. I saw you texted me. I opened. I didn't see it at first, and I read the message and I saw it. It literally stopped me in my tracks. It's like she's so nice. Like that was like such a nice thing to do. So I love you. I appreciate you. You know this. I say it all the time. But extra high energy today because with all the drama on social media, I know people are always going at each other. But we're going to Tampa. We're going to Royal Rumble.
We're going to Tampa. Everybody got media credentials approved today. So those who are going got the thumbs up from WWE, and it's always an exciting. Like I've been doing these events, I was telling you off the air, for a while now, and the excitement level never goes out to see that email in your inbox. You still feel like a kid on Christmas morning, just to get like your approval, send more info. You know the drill now. But like I think I started. I think it was around 2021 when I started covering with Lucha Libre Online and attending these events live. We're going on 2024, and it's still the same level of excitement. And now I have you, for example. We have a real life friendship, so I have somebody who texts and be like, "Did you get it? Open your email. Did you get it?" Yeah. Like people will never understand like the level of like the work that we put in to be able to do that and to be able to cover these events. Like I don't like people. Kind of like trying to kill the vibe that everybody's feeling in. And I know some people are getting them for the first time, and like congratulations, like it is an exciting thing, and everybody should just be happy and just do your best when you're out there, kill it.
Yeah, it's really cool to see people get I guess get the credentials, you can say, for these events, because a lot of us content creators, like if you're not doing it full time, you're doing it while working other jobs or a job. So you know, like I know people who are in the same industry and they get off at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and guess what? They go home, they do the things they need to do, and then they go and do their other job, their passion project, which is this. And to be acknowledged by WWE or any other company you get credentials for, I think is really like an acknowledgement of, hey, you're doing a great job. We would like to have you at our event, and you should be proud of that. And if you want to post about it,
I have so much respect for that. And I also see so many people, including myself, where the passion project became part of your full-time gig. And it does happen if you just keep the grind. So, like you can't get like, don't let anybody get to you. You just keep going, and it might really become your, part of what you do for a living. And it's fun, Yeah, it takes a lot of work. I actually I don't know. I would love to talk to other people that have gone from because my corporate job was intense. Like I was a VP of operations and I ran a pretty big company that made a lot of money. Like it was stressful. But sometimes I feel like I work just as much, if not more now. Last week I streamed every day because of Wrestle Kingdom. And then I went to an event on Saturday. My only day off was Sunday. And I hadn't seen everybody in my family because I've been so busy that I did the running around, go see mom, go see that, So it's like, I was like, today, I was like, why am I so exhausted? I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't stopped for like the last week and a half. So like, it is still a lot of work, and people should just acknowledge that. I don't think it's, I do think that the quality matters, but I don't think it's about quantity. Like I'm tired of people like making it a numbers thing, like, cause it's not like the hard work is there, whether you have 1 people watching your videos or 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever. You're still putting in that work, and that should never be undermined.
Yeah, and like with you stream almost every day. And people don't realize like what streaming takes out of you. Like, yes, you know what you're talking about. You know pretty much like the content is being given to you to talk about, right? We're watching Monday Night Raw, we're watching NXT, you're live streaming, you're chatting with your chat. But there's an energy level that comes with that. There's effort that comes with that. And you do it better than anybody else that I know on the internet. Streams and your watch alongs. But when you sign off and that light goes off, you're exhausted, you're drained. And even if
last night I actually literally passed out immediately after. I went and laid in bed. Roman cuddled up. It took Roman just cuddling up and I was out. I always call it, and I don't know, I would love to do like a show or a video about content creation in general, because I always call it dark time. Like I have to like turn all the lights off, all the sounds off. Like I don't want to talk to anybody. I play a stupid game on my phone. Like I'm not even watching it, nothing. It's just like I need it because I always I find wrestling to be a distraction for me.
Yes.
And I always want my watch-alongs to feel like you're watching wrestling with a bunch of people to distract yourself from real life. Real life can be a beast sometimes, and I always wanted to feel like a good time. So you have to come with that energy of I'm not gonna sit here and be mad or be sad. Like regardless of what I'm going through, I want to come off that way. And that takes a lot of energy. That's another reason why every once in a while you see me cancel a stream if I'm not feeling 100%. Or like if my mood is not there, I'm not gonna half-ass a stream just to be live and get viewers. You know what I mean? Because that's just not what it's about. But you're absolutely right. The streaming on a daily basis, and then sometimes I like end the stream to go and do wrestling in. So that like it's a lot. But people don't understand. Like it takes a lot of energy to do it on like a daily basis.
Yeah, and that's why like when I don't stream as often, and when those shows are on and I'm watching, I'm in your chat, I'm watching your stream, I'm also going into other people's streams and even the content creators that I know, but I don't know personally. And I'm like, hey, great work. Keep it up. Like always like just acknowledging the fact that I know what goes into this, and kudos to you for always doing it and being consistent. You know what I mean? Like,
I try to lurk. Sometimes if if I'm just doing something, I'll get on YouTube, see who's live and like drop a comment, a lot of times I watch YouTube as background noise, like when I'm doing something. So I'm watching, I watch all your videos, but your videos are not live. But if they're live, I always try to grab the phone real quick and just drop something in the chat to make sure that they know that there are other creators supporting them, because that does mean a lot. There's a lot of competition in the content creation world, not in wrestling in general. So it's always good to just support each other, because we're such a niche with wrestling. Like I think the cake is big enough for everybody. There's no reason to get competitive in regards to that. There's so much wrestling content to be made. It's insane.
I look at it like this, and this goes for any industry, for content creators. If you're doing the same thing, the exact same thing as somebody else, meaning they're your competition, you're doing it wrong.
Correct.
That's at the end of the day, like you're doing it absolutely wrong if everything you do is parallel to somebody else, because what's your niche? Yes, like our niche is pro wrestling, but where's our little spot in pro wrestling? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
right. What sets you apart?
Different. Right. There's no competition. If you want to make it a numbers game, that's on you and your ego. But there's room for everybody. We're all here to have fun and get our stuff out there. You know what I mean?
Amen. Preach.
But we are on episode 60.
The big 60. How
crazy is that? We're here and
doing this a while, Joey, and I love it. I love this show a lot.
You know what's really cool too? I see names in the chat that have been with us since this show was in its single digits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very cool to see that. And if you guys haven't yet, you probably do, because we've been doing this show for 60 freaking episodes. But if you haven't followed Issa and you haven't followed myself, please do, because we're very consistent on social media, on YouTube. Every day we're doing something. There's something out there. Issa's streaming every day. I'm posting something. There's always something going on. And you can follow us both. Our handles are there down below. And also the Know Your News channel. So many different podcasts and shows that are on here. We're just one of them. Clearly we're your favorite, but there's other ones here that talk about different topics.
Movies, gaming, strange news, everything. So if you like Joseph said, yeah, we like wrestling, but if you like talking about other things, this is the channel with all that variety. We cover pop culture, celebrities, silly things, but there's a lot of other fun things in this channel as well.
Yeah, and you'll always catch us on every episode. We always try to say, oh, we're not going to talk about wrestling. We always somehow tie it into wrestling. So, if you like wrestling, we're here too,
Hell
but yeah, let's jump into today's first topic. It's kind of the thumbnail for the video. It was, I know. Jake Paul, you can see in the thumbnail, it's Logan Paul's face, but we're talking about Jake Paul.
Logan Paul is the United States champion, which I believe qualifies you to run for president. Like, I looked it up at some point, and I think if you are a United States champion, it does qualify you to run for president of the United States of America. It's look it up. It's in the Geneva Convention.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Before we jump into this topic, who would you vote for if it came down to these two names for president? Would you vote for Jake Paul or would you vote for Logan Paul? And also, everybody in the chat, who would you vote for? If it came down to two candidates, two brothers, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, who would you vote for to be the president?
Well, Logan Paul does have a lot of experience in scamming people with money, so I would assume that he will be... He's ready. Isn't that what they do up there? So I'm going to say Logan Paul.
And Jake Paul, I mean, he could scare off people. He could beat the crap out of him.
He'll knock you out. Like, either one is going to scam you, the other one's going to knock you out. So, I'm going to say Logan. All
right, yeah. See, I think I would go with Logan, too. See, here's the thing. I would vote for Logan, but make Jake his vice president.
Man, Jake has always played second fiddle to Logan, so it wouldn't even change if they run for office.
Always has. But in this headline, Jake Paul is joining Ramaswamy on the campaign trail to kind of talk to the Gen Z people, kids, whatever. And
that's the best example that you could get for that generation.
What?
Look, Jake Paul is like, I'm sorry, I don't even know who this person is.
Ramaswamy. He's one of those people running. He has his name in the hat for president. Very smart guy, but
imagine smart. Imagine thinking I need to get someone to get to that younger generation. Jake Paul is the guy. Okay, it's questionable. I don't want that man running the country.
Listen, every day, bro, with that Disney Channel flow, you need that. You need the Gen Z kids.
England is my city. That's my favorite line in that whole song. When that dude says England is my city, I'll never forget me going, city? England? Yeah. With the Disney Channel flow.
And the fact that when he did debut in WWE last year, whatever, he came out to that song.
And that's his hit record. How many views that ended up getting? It was one of the most disliked videos in YouTube history for like the longest time.
Yeah, I'm just not.
I'm not with it. I just don't think that. I mean, yeah, but this is about America.
Yeah.
Like, there's other people. Like, get a TikToker.
Yeah. Samantha says Kanye and Logan 2024.
Get somebody to like invent a dance for your campaign and put it on TikTok. You'll go viral immediately.
Right.
Vote for. Get one of the Amelias. They kind of cooled off. They could use it.
I mean, doesn't Logan go viral anyway for scamming people out of money?
Well, did you see, like, I don't even know that we're going to cover it, but do you see that he sent out this tweet that he was going to repay everybody back? But it's also like a big scam. Yeah. Because if you look into the rebuy process, you have to have the original eggs that you purchased. You have to sign 10 million NDAs that say you're not going to like talk about it. You're not going to like, because there's a lawsuit against Logan Paul right now from the crypto zoo people that bought it. Yeah. So if you take the refund, you have to drop out of the lawsuit. And you're putting people in a really crappy situation because it's like, you don't know what's going to happen with the lawsuit. So people might just want their money back. So they'll take Logan Paul's out. And now they're out of the lawsuit, like it's smart, but like a lot of people are criticizing him on YouTube. Yeah, a lot of people are criticizing on YouTube, but it's like there was terms and conditions when you originally purchased these things. There's gonna be terms and conditions to get your money back. Dude, this guy he's gotta be smart. So allegedly that in that court case, I've been keeping up with it, but he is dropping his counsel. So he asked for an extension to get new lawyers, and that's where that stands. But those cases, especially with Logan Paul having the money that he has, he could make this case go on and on and on. And if these people are just looking to get their money back, they might just get this easy out and just go through Logan's system and drop from the lawsuit.
It's the problem. Money makes the world go around and makes you do some crazy things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw this headline. I didn't send it to you. It was my mistake. I figured we can add it in because you probably know about it. I thought it was something that would really be beneficial for the show because we always talk about, for some reason, Bad Bunny, right?
We never talk about that. I don't even know who that is.
Bad Bunny? It's a bunny that's bad, apparently, but he's really good.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Kendall Jenner posted the first picture in recent memory with Bad Bunny. Did you see that?
Yeah, they were celebrating probably here because he's been here for a while. It looks like everybody's like, they were in an island in the Caribbean, and I'm like, yeah, it was Puerto Rico. but yeah, the picture is blurry, but he's clearly there.
Yep.
I've always told you that I feel like they're just two people in their 20s having fun.
Yeah.
And people have been trying to label it since day one. And then they talked about the breakup. And I was like, I don't know that there can be a breakup on something that was never official. I think they're still going to hang out. I think they're just enjoying each other's companies without any strings attached. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know what to think. Everybody's just talking about, they spent New Year's Eve together. And I'm like, also, it could have been an amicable breakup. Like, let's say they were in fact together and they're just like, careers are different. We're busy. Yeah. We're different people. Why can't they still just hang out? I don't know. But in my opinion, they were always just two people that are really enjoying each other's company.
What we also talked about too is that, like, with all the holidays, you have Christmas, you have it was Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then New Year's. Maybe they just had their own stuff going on with their families, and they just took, because they're not officially together, they went their separate ways for the holidays. And
that's what I thought. I was very shocked to see her spend the New Year's with him, because I know the Kardashians throw these Christmas parties, New Year's Eve parties, and I was like, he typically, because of that, the toy drive that he does, I know he's always here for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and he did that live stream that I was telling you about on Christmas Day. So he typically comes here this time of the year. Who wouldn't want to? It's 88 degrees outside right now,
I want to be there.
I was actually shocked to see her. I was actually shocked to see her do that. And some of the pictures I posted, like, she seemed to be having a great time. But to me, like, and I told you this back in the day, like, I just always felt like a lot of people are calling it a PR stunt. I really do think they just enjoy each other's company and they're having fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know, like, it's 2024 and we're still trying to label things. Like, leave people alone.
There's a different vibe with them opposed to Taylor and Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? Like, there's a different vibe. Like, Taylor and Travis feel more
a relationship.
No,
they forced down your throat by the media.
Yeah. But it feels more of as like a PR stunt, where Kendall and Bad Bunny just feels like they're just trying to stay out of the news.
Yeah, because
they're not public. They're doing their own thing.
The good stuff, like the good things, you don't post them. You know what I'm saying, Joe? Yeah. You feel me?
I feel you. Ja feel.
I mean, she did went ahead and posted him. Shout out to Sean.
No labels. No labels.
But like the best things are secrets. Those are the best kind of relationships. Not that I have any like that, but
no, you don't have any secrets. Nobody does. What are secrets?
Too many secrets, Joey. Too many secrets.
But bad. So Bad Bunny, Kendall Jenner, they're whatever they're doing, like, let them. Who cares? Let them be.
Yeah.
As we're talking about them on the show. But outside,
I will say, though, I did see a news report that was like, Kendall is in really bad, in a bad state from her breakup with Bad Bunny. And I was like, girl, that guy belongs to the streets. Like, he belongs to the streets. He's not going to be the one. Like, you don't get with Bad Bunny to settle. You just don't. Some of us just, some of us belong to the streets. Just let us be. We're a peacock. Let us fly.
I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly. I love that movie. I love that you make that reference. I make that reference more than I should. And people
Yeah.
are like, peacocks don't fly. I'm like, you need to leave now. Get out.
You know that I always say, so I did it on Friday when I was watching SmackDown. I call Roman Reigns a Samoan angel, and it comes from when he calls Derek Jeter a biracial angel. When he says he's a biracial angel, I'm like screaming. I'm like, he's a Samoan angel.
You get my name's what? My name's name right.
You should have shot A-Rod. It's a 10 out of 10 movie, honestly. I make the weirdest references, and I love when people get them.
Yeah, I tend to see, like, I don't make those references because I know nobody around me is gonna get them. But then when somebody does, I'm like, keep her.
It's the best. It's like, did we just become best friends?
Yep. Let me ask you this in regards to Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny, and then we'll wrap up to the next topic. But in regards to them, you know, obviously all the other Kardashians have strategy behind their social media posts and their pictures and all their Photoshop stuff that they do. Do you think Kendall has that as well? Do you think like this is like there's like a strategy behind posting a picture that you can see somewhat of Bad Bunny, or is that just her just posting? Like, what do you think?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't think there's a strategy behind it because they always being so weird about what they post, what they don't post. But then they went and did a Gucci campaign together, you know? But as far as them posting each other, it's always being a story thing or this and that. I like to think that Kendall is my kind of girl and she's always drunk on tequila. So she probably doesn't even know what she's posting. I want to start a rum company just so that I can just have an excuse to be drunk all the time. Be like, oh, I was testing our newest product.
You know, I really do. Samantha just said she didn't post the picture. Her mom probably did. I like that she references that because there's been a lot of talk about how
they 1,000% have a PR team, but
how much power Kris Jenner has that she tells them like what to post, when to post it, like don't post that, go here, go there, shoot this video, don't shoot this video. Kim obviously listened, you know what I mean? But there's rumors that was all, everything has been set up that way.
That's what I heard. I don't know. You know, I think everybody has a PR team, and then I think they have their own access. So I also think they post whatever they want, and then I also think there are certain posts that there's thoughts and money behind them.
Yeah. So this next part of the show, we're going to talk about a little bit about the Golden Globes.
Well, we got to talk about Kylie. Did you see her?
That's where I was going to go with all this Kardashian stuff. Let me ask you first. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet as a couple, I don't buy it whatsoever. What do you think?
It's weird. It's getting weird. I don't know. I actually thought she looked kind of hypnotized. She looked kind of hypnotized by this man on those clips that I saw. She's all like, don't do that, girl.
It's Willy Wonka on the lip kit. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me.
What if he has a really big one, Joe? You never know. there might be nothing to get, you know.
I've seen this man in women's clothing before, so I don't.
What's wrong with that? Bad Bunny wears women. He wears skirts.
It just doesn't go with the vibe of like Kylie Jenner's aesthetic.
What is her vibe? Say it. Say what's her vibe, Joey?
She's always dating like bigger guys. Like,
wait, how big is Travis Scott? He looks like I could punch him. Hold on.
I don't know. Like Timothée Chalamet looks like a little kid. You know what I mean? I don't think Travis Scott's that tall. I don't think he's like a big guy.
I can't understand these meters. He's 5'10". Ew.
Hey.
See, he's on. I'm sorry. Sorry, Joey. Sorry.
Okay. I'm still waiting for that growth spurt. You know what I mean?
It's coming. I promise you.
31. Come on, I got
35. It's around 35. You'll hit another one.
That's what I heard.
I don't know what's going on here, but if let's say these relationships are PR stunts, it seems like they're going towards less problematic people, more popular people. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I think that Mama Jenner finally realized that people were using her girls, and they were like, no, you're gonna start dating people that are as famous or more famous than you.
Yeah. I just hope they don't make Timothée Chalamet crazy.
He's already
You know?
crazy. You don't think he's already crazy? He's dating Kylie Jenner.
I don't know. I just...
I will say they seem in love. They seem in love.
So the reason why we talk about it is because there was a clip that was like, that's what I'm saying. It looks so staged because they were like this close to each other, like talking, but you couldn't hear anything. You could obviously see what they were saying by the lip movement, but like they didn't know that a camera was that close, filming them for like a minute long.
It was creepy.
It was weird. Like that camera guy's like salivating at the mouth, like watching these two. And the drama that came out of that is apparently Selena Gomez went over and asked Timothée Chalamet for a picture. And Kylie said, hell no, it's not happening. And then there's a clip of Selena Gomez leaving, going back to her table, which was Taylor Swift and somebody else. And you could see her clearly mouth, she said no. And then Taylor's like, and they're all like, oh,
Good.
okay. So like you can see like some sort of drama went down. And then Timothée Chalamet was interviewed after, and he said that never happened. So did you see the clips at all?
I saw the clips.
What do you think?
They could have been saying anything.
Yeah. I don't know.
I could understand the no part.
Yeah.
But I feel like Selena could have been saying anything. And I feel like you remember when we had the internet drama with that sound that people will hear one thing and other people will hear the other.
Yes.
And then, like, if you really pay attention, you can actually hear both things. It's almost like when they tweeted out the clip and they tell you what is being said, you see it being said because you have already been pre-programmed that that's what they're saying. Yeah. If you watch the clip without any context, you can't really see that that's what they're saying. But regardless, like, let's say it happens, they are known for drama, and they start drama and they do things on purpose. There's 1,000% chance that she ran over there just to do it on purpose. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like mind your business. It's a Golden Globes. Why are you acting like a fangirl? You're Selena Gomez. You shouldn't be asking other people for pictures.
It reminds me of that drama that happened with Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber like last year or so. I remember it was like Kylie Jenner was involved in that, and it was a whole
because she was. I think she's friendly with Hailey Bieber. Yeah. But
like
that's what I mean. It's like if you already have some kind of like a little bit of a beef, why are you running over there? Like it just seems a little bit on purpose. If you want me to be honest, because if you're already known for maybe not fully getting along, and then the girl that doesn't get along with you, you're gonna be like, "Can I take a picture with your boyfriend? I'm gonna take a picture with this punch in your face you're about to eat." You know what I mean? Like it's simple. Leave her alone.
Yeah. What about this whole Taylor Swift thing? And she's the joke that was made by Jo Koy about.
He did a terrible job as a host. Like the critics, like everything that I pulled up when I went to my typical websites that I go to, like everybody was talking about people defending him and people crapping on him as a host. Yeah. I thought the Taylor Swift joke was funny because I am tired of NFL games focusing on her because I'm trying to freaking watch the football game. You know, does it bother me? No, but it shouldn't be all about her every time there's a Kansas like game. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be all about her. Yeah. But I think his joke was in the fact of here Taylor Swift is in the crowd and we don't focus as much on her, and people were like, I guess she was like, her face was just like, I didn't enjoy that joke. And I mean, do you think if he was there, he would have like punched the host like Will Smith did? Keep
my wife's name out your mouth.
Yeah. Keep honestly, my feet out of your mouth. Boom. No, you know what he would do? He would walk up to him and like freaking give him a shot of Pfizer.
Give me that arm. Give me that arm.
Give me the arm. Sponsored by Pfizer, because you know they're nothing but freaking walking advertisements.
Let's like bring it back a little bit here, right? So Jo Koy as the host. Bad
movie. Jo Koy? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Honestly, he's a comedian. Sure. He's not one of my favorite comedians. I'm a huge fan of comedy. I love that world. He's not one of my personal favorites, but he's probably one of the most well-known comedians today. The problem here is that they ask these comedians to come be hosts of events like this, expecting them to be entertaining like they do with their stand-up shows. The problem is that when they do their stand-up shows, that's their vision. That's their writing. That's their style. For these shows, they have writers. They have people telling them what to do and what to say, like as if we were watching wrestling. It's a written promo against go out there and say what you want. It's like 2015 Roman Reigns versus CM Punk today. You know what I mean? Like, here's something.
I don't like that comparison.
I said on purpose. It's a scripted promo versus just going out there and being yourself. And comedians can't be themselves if they have to read the script of these writers that don't know their style. So that joke would have been funny if it was said in Jo Koy's way. The fact that it was said how it was written by different writers makes it not funny. And it actually comes off as an insult.
Half of the time when I watch these award shows, I wonder why not just get rid of the host completely, because you have so many interesting people in attendance. Why not give them, even people that are not nominated could come up and have a little bit of a monologue and introduce the next presenters. Like, you have so many interesting people attending that you could just give them, hey, give us 5 minutes on the mic, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I think that would be a lot more interesting, because you will get like a little bit of an insight at these celebrities that we don't really get to see. Right. Because this, like, everybody, you're going to run into some kind of controversy. People are either going to love or hate the host. This seems to happen in every freaking award show, or somebody's going to dig up some info and then they have to back up with the host. Like, it's just like, it's getting weird when it comes to, like, who do we have hosts? Are they going to do a good job? And you're putting so much pressure on these people as well that it's just like, why not have Kylie Jenner come up there and say something? Taylor Swift, Selena, like, you can have all these people that you have. Jennifer Lawrence was hilarious. Like, why not have her come out there and demand pizza? Did you see when they pinned the camera on her? She was like, if I don't win, I'm losing. She's such a legend. I love her because she's always herself. And that's just like, well, you know how I am. I'm the kind of person that will tell you what I'm thinking, whether you like it or not. Probably my mom calls it a strength and a flaw, because sometimes it's a little too no filter. But I always love that about her. And that's why I always, like, every time I see her, I'm like, she's real. And I just love that about her. Yeah.
My favorite movie is Silver Linings Playbook, which she is a massive star in. And I've loved her ever since, like,
I always loved her. I mean,
2011,
I was a big Hunger Games book reader. Like, I got into those books and I was like, oh my God, who's going to play Katniss? And I remember when they announced her, I was a little bit on the fence. Not as much as I was with, like, Kristen Stewart and Twilight. Like, she ended up winning me over, but at first I was like, why? You know, because Bella in the books is such, like, this, like, larger than life figure that I just never saw that from Kristen Stewart. But I saw it and I thought she did an incredible job. And then after that, I went back and watched all of her movies. Like, I really like her work. But when you watch her interviews, she's just so real. And there's just something cool about people that can still keep it that way regardless. Because people just say what people want to hear. And I'm just not about that life. Like, tell me what you think to my face. I would prefer that.
You know what I appreciate about Jennifer Lawrence is that, first off, she's pretty young, right? I think she's what, 35, 36, something like that. She's somewhere in her 30s, and she's pretty much had a legendary career thus far. And you know, she's
33. She's a baby.
All right, she's 33. Too bad she's already married. Damn it. But you know,
gorgeous. She's absolutely beautiful.
She's top 2 for me. We've had this discussion.
Same, honestly.
But no, she's 33 years old. She's Oscar nominated. I think she's won Oscars before. She's been in classic films. She can come to these events and say and do whatever she wants, because she doesn't really care. She's already won. She's already got the recognition she's looking for. She's 33 years old. She's done it all. You know, what does she have to prove?
Nothing. And that's why I don't know. I'm telling you, like, I love her movies. I love, she's absolutely gorgeous, stunning. And I don't think, like, she has never felt to me like she's sold out. You know what I mean? There's so many people that as they grow their personalities. Right.
She's one of her best friends.
Yeah. But
So
her
there's something
personality has
weird
never
going on.
changed. You can be friends with all kinds of people and still be yourself. You know what I mean? Because you'd be stupid to say there's nothing to learn from Kris Jenner, whether you
Oh,
like
of
it or
course.
not. She's a smart marketing genius. And that's the thing that I always like. I know there's a saying that says like you are who you hang out with. I don't believe in that. I think you can be friends with everybody and still be able to be yourself and separate
Yep.
yourself from that group.
Agreed.
But yeah, I just don't. It doesn't give me like. I'm sorry to bring it up, but like I feel like The Rock is a PR machine. Everything he says just feels so rehearsed, so
Nowadays.
politically correct. Yeah, nowadays.
Yeah.
Back in the day, no. But that's
No.
the thing. It's like you get bigger, and then you start to feel like you're selling out a little bit, and you're
You
just
are
like this
robotic,
complete
tribal,
right. And
chief,
it's
head
just
of
like
table.
stop, like be real, you know. And I
Yeah.
think she, for me, right. This is all opinion, but for me, she's like one of those very few people that have always kept it real.
And you know what I also do like about her is that she's one of those actresses where, and we've talked about this again, we've talked about this before with George Clooney, actually,
Mm-hmm.
where when a movie comes out with Jennifer Lawrence, you're watching it. Why?
Yeah.
Because she makes herself exclusive. She's not in every movie and every show and not every award show and everything like this. She's very, very particular with what she stars in. She does a movie every so many years. It's always a highly rated, fantastic film. She does something well. She does something really great for it, and she's not problematic at all. She's never in headlines. She's just doing her thing.
I have a story time, a weird random story time. But when I
Working
worked in
out
New
with
York,
Adam Cole, baby. Let's do it.
yeah, when I was working in New York and one of my jobs was selling office conference space or whatever party space, like I had a whole building that I could sell as whatever they wanted. We had a floor in our building that was just blank, right? And whoever came in could just dress it up as whatever they wanted. And one time I had a meeting for a tour. It was an important tour. I had a team. So when the tour came to me, that means it was a big company or a big person. They wanted me to handle it myself. It was Netflix, and they wanted our space for a movie and she was gonna star in. So when I tell you, I bent this proposal as much as I could so they would take my space because I just wanted to meet her. A month later, the pandemic happened. They canceled the whole thing. But they were gonna
Oh,
go with my space, and she was gonna be starring in the movie. They were asking me like, "What are the back entrances? Like, how can we get
yeah.
people in and out?" And they were like, "We even got to the point of negotiating who from the building will have access to like come in because it was gonna be a set. They
Yeah.
weren't gonna be there 24/7, so they wanted to have their own keys. You get the point.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, just me. I'm like, I just trying to meet Jennifer Lawrence, bro.
I'm the only
The
one
whole
here.
thing is like, yeah, the pandemic happened and they ended up calling that project off.
Oh,
But
man.
when they told me like I can't even tell you what the movie was about. It was as soon as he dropped who was gonna star, he gave me all the names, and as soon as he said Jennifer Lawrence, I was like, oh, we have to close this deal.
I would have
It
done the
was
exact
sad. It
same
was
thing.
sad. The whole
I would
yeah,
have been
they
waiting
paid the
on one knee.
deposit.
One knee
Yeah,
with a
they
ring.
paid the deposit and everything. Then we had to refund them when when the pandemic hit. They obviously canceled everything. It was gonna be on 39th Street. Like, listen, I was so excited for that. I was so proud of that. I was like, I gave him the best freaking deal for that space too, but whatever. Just to meet Jennifer Lawrence.
I would have done it too. I would have said, take it for free.
Yeah, no, it's not that deep.
But seriously, she's very unproblematic and she makes herself exclusive. And that's what I said about George Clooney was that's why he didn't want to do Batman again because why? You don't need it. And being as that puts her at a different level as an actress. And
you know what else I
can
always
go to these
love?
events and just say, if I don't win, I'm leaving on camera. Like, she doesn't care.
Yeah, and something else that I always appreciated about her is we talked about it too with for example, how Robert Pattinson was able to overcome this Edward Cullen curse that other Twilight actors did not. When I saw her at Katniss, I was like, man, everybody's gonna see her as Katniss for a while. No, she snapped out of that, and you see her in all of these roles. Now I can't think I know they just came out with a new Hunger Games. I haven't even looked at it. I don't even know what it's about. I don't care. Hunger Games were those 4 movies that happened back in the day, and that's where I want to leave it at. Because there's no redoing that. But I was very happy that with her, I was able to I don't want to see anybody else play my Katniss, but at the same time, I don't see her as just that character. And if you remember, the Hunger Game movies were huge. Actually, I don't even remember anybody else outside of her that has made it out and gone on to star in really big movies.
Wasn't the Miley Cyrus's Hemsworth? Wasn't he in there?
He was. He wasn't there. You're right. You're right.
But see, like that, like I didn't even know. Like I know Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like 100%. That's the first thing I would say.
Well, he plays the guy that should have gotten Jennifer Lawrence, but don't get me started on that.
Jennifer Lawrence also did another movie that I really, really enjoyed a few years ago. Maybe it was a few years ago. Honestly, 2014 feels like 2 years ago to me.
I don't know what year we live on anymore. It was 10 years ago. 2014 is 10 years ago.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I told my nephew the other day, I don't even know what we're talking. I was like, yeah, but I'm a newer wrestling fan. And he's like, Titi, you've been watching for over 10 years now. And I'm like, when I start doing the math, I'm like, oh crap. Because remember, I told you I started watching when I took him to an event. That event was in 2013, but to me, everything feels so close. That he's like, you're not a new fan. You've been watching for over 10 years. And I'm like,
I don't
know what year we live on.
We're going into a Royal Rumble right now, right? Where in 2014, Batista won the Royal Rumble, and we were on the road to Yeselmania, or WrestleMania 30.
That feels like it was yesterday, though.
That feels very, very close. Thank you very much, Lego. I appreciate you. I see you in the chat. It feels like it just happened. Like I don't know where the time is going. And everyone's always told me, as you get older, time goes by faster. And I'm like, okay, like that's an opinion. Now I'm like, how happened?
No, you're
We're
right.
losing hours. They're taking time away. Someone's doing it. I don't know.
I'm convinced that days are no longer 24 hours. Like I'm so convinced. Like he's like, you sit down, you get up, you go do these things, you come back, and it's like 8 p.m. Like how? I was like, I woke up early. I keep like, remember I told you my New Year's resolutions, like make a habit, wake up earlier and this or that. I feel like I'm doing all that and it still doesn't matter. I still don't have enough hours in the day for everything I want to do.
Yeah, it's crazy. So sorry to backtrack. The Jennifer Lawrence movie I was talking about that I also really like. I don't know the name of it, but she's like always like it's about her inventing all of these things. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
I think Robert De Niro was in that movie as well with her.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that movie. It was fantastic. Like she's the best.
She is the best.
Yeah. But our last topic here today, I think it's our last topic.
We've been here for a while because this is what we do. We just start talking.
Yeah. We went through more topics today than we normally do. I think we had like 5 or 6 today. Kanye West's wife, Bianca, she let it all hang out
in Vegas. That's the place to do it too. I love it.
Listen, I just celebrated a birthday. I know what it's like to have a day for yourself. Did you let it all
hang out like she did?
I didn't let it all hang out, and I was not in Vegas.
Let's just say we talked about his Instagram pictures last week. It was the pictures personified walking around Vegas.
So let me ask you this. Well, first off, the headline here is hysterical. Let me read it to you. TMZ, I will give them credit because their headlines are always the funniest thing. Kanye West's wife. It says that before it says her name. Bianca lets it all hang out for B-Day. ... Busty display in Vegas.
Titties were out.
Yeah. Busty display. Let me ask you this, because this is not the first time we've seen this. We've seen the bustiness plenty of times already during their marriage. Now, backtracking to when Kanye was married to Kim, he controlled her fashion. She's come out and said that. Like she couldn't go to the grocery store without him like designing her outfit for what she's gonna wear. Like she had no control. She lost her independence in that sense.
Good, and she gained a sense of fashion. It was great. That's a W exchange. Yeah.
So now Bianca, whoever she is, I don't know who she is or what she does or what she's known for.
She's married to Kanye
now, but like, what did she do before? Do we know what she did before?
She was waiting to marry Kanye.
Honestly, when I see these pictures, I'm like, is that Doja Cat? Like, what the hell is happening here? She clearly doesn't have the same influence as Kim. So Kanye is in full control of her here. Like you can see in all the pictures, you can just see, you can think about what he would say. Like, stand over there, let me take a picture of you. And she's like wearing these ridiculous things. He's in like look at the picture from the article. He's in the picture. taking a picture of her. Like, I don't know. I just see him being a control freak.
He probably is.
Yeah. I don't know.
But like back during, okay, I don't know, like his fashion choices have been and they just said it, very avant-garde, and avant-garde is not an everyday thing. Back during the Kim days, it was a lot more wearable things that you will see people wear, where with Bianca it just seems very outrageous and like that look at me fashion, and because we don't know, I think she was a model, I'm not sure actually, because we don't know her, it just makes you wonder, does she want all this attention? Because not everybody can pull off walking around right in these outfits, but yeah, like I personally really like the way that Kim dressed during those years. So it's like, I know that sounds terrible, but I didn't mind. I wouldn't mind Kanye throwing out, well, not my shoes. He better not touch my shoes.
The earlier generation.
I think he would appreciate my shoe collection, actually.
The earlier generation of Kimye fashion, I thought was better than towards the end.
Right.
Where it got like she looked like she was always an astronaut or something,
Mm-hmm.
Like the moon boots and all that stuff. I didn't like that stuff.
Not your thing. Right, not your thing. I get it.
But
I don't have a problem with this. Like, it's like, listen, if he wants to show her off, show her off. If she wants to be showed off. It's their problem. Yeah.
Yep, I get it. I'm all for it if that's what you want. Listen, we're talking about it on the show right now. It's not the first time that we've talked about it before, so clearly it's working. And Kanye's at a point in his life where he walks out of his house and it's a headline.
Correct.
So,
and Kim, she's improved. Like, I thought that Kanye was dressing her very nicely. Like I said on the beginning, that wedding dress, oh my God, it was incredible. But I will say that Kim dresses very, I really like the way she's been dressing lately. Anyway, if you look at the things that she's coming out on Skims, except for that bra with the nipple, don't get me started on that. That was weird. Yeah. But Skims have come out with really good collaborations with like Fendi. I know she did the Swarovski crystals collection. That was absolutely beautiful. So they're like, Skims is really popping right now for her. And I think she has a lot of people, helping her with this, because it's a very, if you look at it, it's a very clean, you can wear it for every day. They also have like the cozy collection, like, and you have all these dupes all over the place, because I do think that Skims is coming out with some really good. Their Fendi is probably my favorite collab they ever done. Like, it was like really classy. I really liked it, but it was impossible to get your hands on it.
Well, on their Hulu show, this is actually a big storyline in the show where Kim is exploring different fashion and she's trying to find her voice again in fashion, because she was controlled by Kanye for so long that she didn't know what her fashion was, like what she liked and what she didn't like.
Yeah, which is why Northeast been
trusted his idea. Yeah, exactly.
And even Northeast like, go back to wearing what my dad put on you, Mom.
Dollar store beads, Mom, take that off. But so now she's finding her voice.
It's like really weird because people don't talk about it, but Kim, and maybe it's because I relate to it when I look at like, and my body, I mean, differently because of surgeries or whatever she's had, but my body has changed back from when I was 20 to where I was now. But I have had a lot of fun seeing how the sense of fashion has changed throughout the years for me, like, and I know it's also like whatever is trending at the time, but I never been a person that goes for the trends. I'm a person that goes for what I like and whatever works for me. You can make your own trends, like I found myself wearing a $3 romper with freaking $1,200 shoes, like really happened. So like I don't think that way, but I also think that Kim is entering an age in which you're finding your fashion sense all over again in your 40s. And I don't think she's doing terrible, but she's not doing the best either.
Well, she got dragged for a while through the mud on social media because people were saying she seems very boring. Like, she's dressing boring. She seems boring. It doesn't feel like
she's 42 or 40. What? Well, like, leave her alone.
Yeah, like she's going into her lawyer like
Yeah, but
stage, like,
when she posts something provocative, then they crap on her too, and that's the thing. You're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't. You know what I mean? And it's just like at some point you have to start dressing for you, and if
yeah,
people like it, like find your assets. What's your best asset? Show it off. Like
yeah,
that's what fashion is all about. Ultimately, like people should be able to make their own fashion because fashion is a lifestyle. It's a statement that
yeah,
you make. It's not even like you know what I mean because when you look at some trends happening right now, it's just like half of the people in the world can't afford like the really trendy things,
yeah.
but some of the most stylish people that I have met that I'm always like stop them and ask about their outfit. It's something that they pull together from different things, or you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just think that people should just whatever works for them is what
Yeah.
works for them. But I can relate to the fact of how she dressed 10 years ago is going to be completely different than how you dress now because she's a mom. She's on
Yep.
her 40s and she still got it. She knows she still got it.
Yep. Let me ask you
Like
this.
show it off whenever you feel like it, but she knows she's got it.
Let me ask you this. For your opinion, you mentioned that she's a mom. She's in her 40s. Do you think that she's changed her social media presence, her presence, I guess, that she shows the world, her fashion? She's changed it because she's a mom and her kids are getting older and she wants to set a good example. Do you think that that's something? Do you think that that should be a factor in this? Being a woman, like would if you had kids and that were getting to the age of North, becoming close to a teenager, would you feel a responsibility to
I
kind
do.
of
I don't
grow
think
up in the
people.
sense of your fashion and
Yeah,
your social
I
presence because you want
I
to set
don't
a good
think
example?
people will never see it. But like, I'll give you a random example. Obviously, I don't have kids, but I have my
Yeah,
nephews, and they're my life. And
yeah,
every once in a while, if I feel like posting a thirst trap, I literally get a DM from one of them saying, "I'm gonna block you," because they'll scroll through my story and see that, and they'll be like, "I don't want to see
yeah,
this." And I
yeah,
get it, right? Because you have
yeah,
your kids on social media, you have all of these people that
yeah,
can find your social media. So something, a lot of times you post something for yourself. Like I always post for myself. Whoever
yeah,
likes, and whoever doesn't, right? But
yeah.
I do think there's a little bit of an influence in that, like in a little bit of like, okay, let me not post everything be this way because there's people that
Kids
are
are
watching
cruel
me. And
too.
she's such a big influence doing like not just like you gotta remember there was a period and they're still unrealistic, but there was a period of time when the Kardashians were being crapped on for setting up these unrealistic
Yeah.
standards of beauty, and
Beauties,
that's
yeah,
just not healthy for little girls. And even Kylie Jenner has gone back and said, I wish I would have not gotten half of the things that I have gotten because now that I have a daughter, I would hate
yeah,
for her to tell me at 19 she wants to go and change her body. And
yeah,
that's like it really hit her differently once she became a mom, and she became a young mom, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But it's crazy when you think about those things and how it can affect you. But I also remember that Kim really stepped it down after that crazy robbery that she had. She said she's not as flashy anymore. She
yep,
doesn't like for people to be able to tell the value of what she's wearing just from looking at her. Like,
yep.
I think that had to be. I know people like, is Kim Kardashian? She was gonna be okay, but no, that had to like scar her for life in a way
Yeah.
that makes you kind of like,
That's a
step
scary
back on the
situation.
flashiness. Yeah, but she even has gone on to say she tries to be not as flashy as she used to be. I think that's more with the jewelry and this and that.
Yeah, yeah,
But still, I do think that makes a difference. And I do think that, like, I don't know if you know this and I might be going over, but like, there's this like little girls on freaking TikTok and there's people making videos about it on YouTube, like 10 years old doing like my freaking skincare routine. And it's like, why are you worried about that? At that age, I was like playing with
yeah,
Barbies. I'm not asking my mom for a $300 cream that you don't
yeah.
need. This is when your skin is at its best. Don't do anything. And I do think that it's time that people start setting like more realistic beauty standards, or like these
Yeah.
little girls over editing their pictures and they learn that from them. Yeah, the Sephora 10 years old, like go down that rabbit hole. It's insane.
And
It's
they're
insane.
making products aimed at that generation as well, which is like they're not helping the situation
Yeah,
either.
but there was this little girl on TikTok and she was putting like retinol under her eyes. I'm like, she's gonna burn the skin under her eyes at 10. I didn't start using any of that stuff until my 30s. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
listen, I was talking to this girl the other day and she's like getting Botox at 20. I was like, you know what your face is gonna look like when you hit my age? Like, I had a consultation recently. but I'm in my 40s. That's not different. Botox should come at a right time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just like I respect her for kind of like toning it down a little bit. I mean, her pictures are still super edited.
But it's just an unrealistic beauty standard. And it's like when you start at such a young age, 10 years old, you know, their body hasn't even started changing yet. And it's like when you get to my age or your age or way older than both of us, what's the standard going to be then? What's your mindset going to be if 10 years old, you're already insecure about things?
And sometimes you look and it's like, you're not just editing, like maybe like smoothing your skin or editing the lighting. Like some of these people are changing the way they look completely, like their bodies, like snitching the waist and it's just like, what are these people going to look up and see that they're going to be reaching for a beauty standard that's impossible to get? Or that's gonna cause you to like do all of these things to your body that you might regret later. We were talking about, I know we joked about it, but like there's certain cosmetic procedures that are going out of style. There's a lot of influencers now taking out all the fillers in their faces and melting it because their faces look so puffy because they just keep getting more and more. Like, and it's crazy because you don't want to do anything that you're gonna regret just based on how people are posting on Instagram. You know what I mean?
And by the way, this goes for men as well. There's a huge standard with men that getting on testosterone, starting steroids, making your bodies look a certain way. That's a huge thing as well.
Yeah.
I've seen it before in gyms where within groups of people in the gym, and it's like they're all trying to compete with each other, and they're like, who could do it the fastest? Who could look the best? And like, it's not even natural. Like you have muscles on muscle because you're taking steroids and you're in your 20s.
Remember all that controversy with that Liver King guy that kept saying that his body was natural, and then he ended up like coming out and saying he was on steroids, and he's like, also this whole time you're being influencing millions of people into thinking that your body, which was clear to me, like I'm no expert, but that guy is on steroids. But like all these men are looking at it, and I love that you bring that up because a lot of us talk about what it does to us females, and you never think about the perspective of a guy scrolling through Instagram. And because girls don't think about that. Girls just think about you're scrolling through Instagram, you're seeing this impossible, beautiful women, and then you see normal girls, you're not gonna like them. You know, that's what girls think about. They don't think about how it can actually affect your self-esteem as well.
No, I think also like it's way worse for women than it is men. Because like if you look at the men's side of it, there's this stereotype where like men as they age, women tend to
you guys
like
get hotter.
More. Yeah. So like my mom said the other day, it was really weird. She was like, I love older men with gray hair. And I was like, what? And that I've heard this before from women, like my age.
I like older men.
But let me ask you, why do you like older men? Is it the look, or does it come with a sense of maturity that women look for in men?
It's both. It's both. But I think
I got grays coming in, so I got to be prepared for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. But, you know, sometimes maybe I should break my own rule and see what it's like to be a cougar for once.
Why not? 2024, anything's possible.
It's a new year.
A new year, new Easter.
I don't know. I will get so annoyed immediately.
Yeah. See, it's like the standard is women like older men, but men like older women. But
younger women.
Younger women. Yeah. But like people like me who are old souls or labeled old souls, I told you, people call me like Grandpa Joe because I'm 31, but I act 65. And I would not be able to be with someone who's 25, 24. The conversation, I told you, I met someone who didn't know who Blink-182 was. And it was the biggest ick of my life. I was like,
and the one that didn't like wrestling, that was my favorite one. You're not allowed. Like from now on, every time you're interested in someone, you have to run her by me.
Yeah. Or you could just find me someone. How about that? Because this it's hard in these streets.
I haven't even found myself someone. It would probably be easier for me to find anybody else someone than myself because I wouldn't date me. Listen, Valentine's Day is coming up. We'll be each other's Valentine, okay? Yeah, please. I'll send you roses. You'll send me roses. Don't send me chocolates, please. That's tacky. Anyway, see what I mean? See what I mean?
But it's
like most
crazy.
girls will be like, "Oh, chocolate sounds sweet." I'll be like, "Why you send me this? You know I can eat this shit." You like this body? Take this chocolate back.
Here's the benefit that you have. You know what you like. You know what you don't like.
And I have no problem telling people.
And you have no problem saying it. That's the thing. That, to me, and I think a lot of like the newer generation of men, I would say, who are more, they're open with their feelings. They have standards for what they're looking for. Yeah. they like women say, we want a man who knows what he wants. Guys want a woman who knows what she wants. Where it's like the patience.
You know what I get a lot that I get that I'm intimidating because I am that way. I know exactly what I want and I don't have a problem saying it. And
but that's boss bitch energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but some guys don't like that. Some guys still have that little bit of an old school mentality where it's like the girl's supposed to be submissive and yes, you're my king and all that.
I think that's an immaturity. I think that's ego.
Right. So wants a Christian cage. Turtleneck and all, baby, bring it. But no, it's funny that you say that because that's like sometimes you BPE. But yeah, no, I don't have a problem saying it. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. Like I am very thankful. Like I went through a rough breakup. I had to rebuild everything. And like once you are able to realize, hey, I can stand on my 2 feet alone, then you realize what you really want because it's like, are you gonna bring to the table? I don't want you to pay my bills. I pay my bills. I always tell people, this is what I want. I want attention. Or I know it doesn't cost you anything. I want your attention and I want, and I want other things that you can, but like I because I don't want to be with someone because I need them. I want to be with someone because I want to. And I think that's company. But that's the thing. If you don't enjoy it anymore, you can also let them go. And I think that's an intimidating thing. And I just, you get the point. But yeah, I do think like if somebody has a problem with it, sorry, but I'd rather tell you how it is and how I like it. If it's not going to work out, great. You don't waste my time. I don't waste yours. See? Only sad thing, if we went on a date, I just wasted a good pair of shoes on you. But that's okay. I'll get over it.
Clip it. Well, now that we've established, the relationship part of the show, therapy. We
never get into it, though. It's fun to talk about it, really.
Anything new you watched this week or anything new you watched this year? It's been a long year.
No.
Anything new?
Nope. I told you with Wrestle Kingdom this week, my schedule went downhill completely because I live stream Wrestle Kingdom. So no, I haven't really had time to watch a lot of anything. And all my reality shows outside of the challenge are like on a break. Survivor's gonna change, Big Brother's gonna change, the challenge is on. But that's the only thing that I keep up with on a weekly basis right now.
I was looking for a new show to watch and I didn't know what to watch. There's so many choices, and then you see a show that's like 15 seasons long and you're like, oh, it's so much to watch.
Yeah.
So at the end of 2022, I watched the first half of the first episode of season 1 of Yellowstone because I heard it was a fantastic show. The first day of 2024, I watched the other half because I never finished one episode the whole year last year. I literally started. There was a marathon on New Year's.
Have you watched Yellow Jackets? Watch Yellow Jackets.
You know what? That keeps coming up on everything, on Amazon. All my stuff.
Watch it. It's so good. It's so good.
So I watched the first episode, the first half of the first episode, the last day of 2022, going into 23. I didn't watch anything 2023 of that show, and I just started back up. And I'm like, you know what? This year, I'm gonna watch that show.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm already failing. I haven't watched it since January 1st.
I haven't gotten into anything.
Law and Order is coming back, all of them, which I love those shows. Law and Order SVU, Organized Crime with Elliot Stabler, January 18th, I believe, on NBC. This show is not sponsored, but it should be.
Sponsor us.
Sorry, I'm in a very good mood today.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Isa, is pitch dark out here. It's raining. We're on a flood advisory. The state of New Jersey is on a state of emergency for whatever reason.
It is 81. Feels like 85.
Well, congratulations to you and everyone in Puerto Rico.
Thank you. It's clear, no rain, nothing. It's beautiful.
Honestly, Lego, USA Network should sponsor us because they have such a great attitude on social media.
They love me. They're my besties.
That you are. I can't get an answer from them, but they'll
tweet at me when I'm not even talking to them. Yeah.
I literally said, "Hey, it's my birthday. I'm watching Raw." Nothing. But they're like, "Hey, we don't care. Is Issa watching Raw?"
I don't even know how it started. I think it started because Lego, it started before that because they were following me and I didn't even realize. Yeah. But Lego they tweeted a gift of Roman Reigns months ago, right? Yeah. And Lego was like, "Oh, NYC Demon was gonna love this," and they were like, "Oh, we know." And I was like, "How do you know? How do you know?" And then I realized they were following me, and I'm like, "Oh crap!" It's crazy how many because I act a fool on social media on my YouTube, right? And it was so funny. I remember one time I was called by the WWE and Espanol producers to do a pre-show with them. I did a pre-show for them for, I don't know, one of the big fours.
Yeah.
And I did predictions with them. SummerSlam 2021 or 22, whatever. The whole point is that the producer is talking to me on WhatsApp because he was based in Mexico or something. And then I'm going through the instructions, what I need to do. I'm so excited. It's a huge opportunity, right? And then I said something and I was like, "Oh, I'm kind of nervous." He's like, "Oh, don't be." He's like, "Just be yourself. I know how you are." And I'm like, "What's that supposed to be?" And then I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, I follow you everywhere." I'm like, "Oh, crap." I looked him up and it was true. He was following me. And I'm like, "Oh, crap. These people know I'm a joke."
Social media today, it follows you.
Yeah.
Anything else to add today, Issa?
No, I'm in a great mood, and I hope everybody has an incredible, productive week.
Absolutely. Episode 60. That is that. I want to thank everybody for tuning in again, for being involved in the chat, and just there go the hearts. Issa's got all this great technology that lets you do all these things. I don't have it. Where's the thumbs up? Where's the thumbs up?
Oh, the thumbs up. But I was going to do this one for your birthday. Where is it? Where's the birthday? There. Happy birthday. Yay.
We used that for New Year's, didn't we?
Oh, wait. Happy birthday. Balloons. Yay.
My Twitter had balloons yesterday.
Fireworks. Yay.
But I didn't do that stupid tweet that everybody does on their birthday where it's
oh my God, the balloons.
Let me screenshot it with the balloons. We know what balloons look like. Yeah, well, not calling.
And they just wanted to get happy birthdays.
That's all it was. Everybody does. You know what I mean?
I don't do it. You better remember it on your own. I'm not posting. If you don't remember it, you're screwed. I'm that petty, Joey. I'm not gonna post. It's my birthday today. No, you gotta remember it. You understand? That's how it works.
I get it. There's some people who have to post that they got credentials for the Royal Rumble, and there's some people who don't have to post. And you are one of those who don't have to post.
I texted you though. I said, "Hey, check your email."
You did.
Got your back.
You guys have no idea. Should I tell the chat while we're here, just quick, the story of what happened?
Yeah, you should. You should.
We're here. We're live.
Because you almost had he was almost instituted into a mental hospital with a breakdown this man was having.
I was so bad. I was not sleeping. It was bad. So let me tell you before we wrap up. So we usually get links where we can communicate with WWE for these events to get credentials.
Pause. I can't help Joey with this because I represent Lucha Libre Online. So I don't fill out my own thing.
Issa had nothing
they just email me. So it's not like I can be like, "Hey, Joey, did you fill out for this?" Because I don't know. They completely.
You had no idea.
I don't have to do any of this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You had no idea. And it was, honestly, it's my fault because I should have asked a long time ago, like when I was like, "Hey, where is it?" So nothing was posted in regards to media going for the Royal Rumble. I didn't go to Survivor Series because I had COVID and I was like literally in bed dead for like a week. Like I didn't even enjoy my Thanksgiving. I never got the Royal Rumble media information because I wasn't there at Survivor Series. If you were there, you most likely got it. So I didn't know that you can get it for the Royal Rumble. I was waiting for it. I had asked somebody and they said, yeah, sure, I'll send it to you. And I sent it, and or when they sent it to me, it said that this window is closed, meaning I cannot enter to be credentialed. So I missed my window. I was so upset. It was a
This man
nightmare.
texted me. It was a text, and I felt the emotion through the text.
I texted you. I sent you a voice note, and I DM'd you on Twitter within a minute. I was like, I need to get to her right now.
And then I was like, Joey, I don't know.
Then I freaked you out because you didn't know about it.
Yeah, so I'm asking my lucha libre like people like, hey, do you guys feel in for me? They were like, yeah, you're all set, and I'm like, oh. So then I feel bad. Then I don't want to text Joey and be like, oh, I'm good to go, bro.
And I know that in my head. I'm like,
people
like Lucha Libre, like they're not gonna do her like that. They are like the most.
Yeah, but I would have been such a bad friend if I would have messaged you and be like, well, you're fine, but I'm not. I'm good.
I'll be there, but you won't. So like every minute of every day for the next 3-4 days, I was going back on that link to see if it was open, and it was closed. It was closed. It was closed. Let me tell you, I don't even know how many people I emailed in WWE. Must have been at least 8 or 9 people. I need this freaking information. I'm going. I bought my
He
flight.
went single white female on the WWE employees.
I went full Karen on this. And I was like, I need to go. I bought my tickets. Issa and I are doing an Airbnb. We need to figure out what's happening because I need to be there. Well, the same day, actually, we were doing this show last week, I think, when my email got bombarded from those WWE people.
Yeah,
I got the email.
We were doing our hour after where we stay on talking crap because we always do that, by the way, chat. Like behind the scenes. Every time we end the show, we stay on forever.
Yeah. So I got that email and it was open for some reason. Maybe they opened it for me. I don't know if I want to feel special. So I'm going to say that. I submitted it and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm too late. I don't know if I'm going to get it. Issa, I don't know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got credentialed today.
Good job.
So yes, if I want to post about it from all of the trauma that I went through.
I told Joey, I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to get credentialed. He's like, yes, you're going to get credentialed. I'm sorry. I'm like the veteran of these things now. I'm the old lady of the media people. When did that happen?
So I appreciate it way more now because of what I went through. Like being invited to SummerSlam, being invited to Survivor Series, not being able to go, really wanting to. And now I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to go back. We manifested good stuff.
You're good. You're good. I told you were going to be good. But it was funny to watch you suffer. I was suffering. I'm like, the whole time, I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to have to go. I'm like, do I book my hotel? Do I wait? Like, what do we do? And now the people that are on my stream, that are in the chat, no, because I've been telling them, I'm like, well, I haven't booked my stay yet. Yeah. The reason why is because of Joey.
I heard you last night. They're waiting on Joey. And what's funny is that, so we were supposed to find out that if we were going or not on January 8th, which happens to be my birthday. So I was like, I'm going to find out. I'm going to get the best news or the worst news on my birthday. And I didn't get anything yesterday. So I was like, oh my God, I didn't get it this time.
Poor baby. Everything's going to be
the day after. I'm like looking to see if people, I know how people are. And I'm like, people are going to post if they got it. So I'm looking at all the people I would think. I'm like, nobody's posting about it. Did they not get it or did they not send it out yet? I was freaking out. We're going, baby.
I'm excited for the wrestling media family reunion.
I can't point to the WrestleMania sign because that's Issa's thing.
You can point at it. You better not ask anybody to point at it. That's my question. I'll punch you right in the face. Anybody. That's the warning for anybody.
Yes.
I've been asking that question for 3 years now. Ain't nobody taking my question.
It's patented by Issa. That's her thing. I'll get a picture probably pointing to the WrestleMania sign.
I just always do it. I just always do it. I think it's who was it that I interviewed to Royal Rumble? Piper Niven. She was like, I came prepared this time when I interviewed her the second year because she already knew I was gonna ask her for the WrestleMania. You know what though? Like the WrestleMania sign point for me, we're on overtime now just talking, but the WrestleMania sign point for me was my first event as media. By the way, back then I was the only woman in that room, which is I'm so proud to see how much that has changed. But I was the only woman in that room. And I was interviewing AJ Styles, which if you know me, I love AJ Styles. I love his hair specifically. But I was like, how do I break the ice in which I'm not nervous? And my interviews are more funny, more like a conversation. So I asked him to point at the sign, and I was like, I might have something here. It was so funny because if you watch the interview, he told me, I don't know why we had to point at it. It's a huge sign. No, like it's tradition, AJ. It's tradition. That is one of my. It's funny because people don't know this, but that is the second interview I ever did in person, like with a WWE superstar. And AJ Styles and I talked about his hair, talked about pointing at the sign. At one point, we're talking about him winning the Rumble, and I was like, "You can call out anybody." I was like, "You can call out Becky Lynch," and he's like, "I don't think I can do that." Like it was such a fun, smooth like interview, and I was like, "Oh my god, maybe I am good at this."
Fun fact: do you know who the first person was to point to the sign?
No, who?
It was John Cena.
Ew, why you tell me that? Way to ruin the mood. I told you I was in a good mood.
I think it was 2000. Actually, no, was it John Cena? It might have been The Undertaker. 2007 when he won the Royal Rumble. He pointed to the sign and it started from there.
I miss Bray Wyatt. May he rest in peace. But remember when the freaking Fiend pointed at the sign? I was like, why are we doing this? The Fiend should not be no sign pointing. He's the Fiend. Anyways, on that note, we should probably let these people get back to their afternoon.
Yes, they're like, well, Issa is the best. Joey's absolutely insane. And there we are. Another episode of TLR, episode 50. We have a lot of people still in the chat and watching all around the world.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate you guys listening to, this show is always about the wacky, weird, funny news, but it's always about the wacky, weird, and funny Joey and Issa connection that we have. So we appreciate you being here on this fine, cold Tuesday in New Jersey. I don't know how 80-degree weather by Issa, but wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Any last word?
No. I'll see you tonight for NXT.
I'll see you later tonight for NXT because I'll be in your chat as always. And thank you for everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.